Hello, friends.
Welcome back. Feels like it's been
Hi.
absolutely forever since we did a live video. Oh,
It's all good. This is how it goes.
of course.
Right? You can get her. It's all good. Yeah.
This is real life, people. Real life.
We can just go and welcome back to Basic Banter for Witches.
Exactly.
Yeah. For those who missed it, and I don't know if I'm gonna leave it in or not, we're gonna restart. Oh,
You know, Jessica, we're just gonna leave it all in. We're just gonna leave it all in.
Reality. Yeah. You even saw my sweet fancy clipboard that I made out of my arms. I was gonna call them hands, but there's more to. I had to really think. I'm like, what are the rest of the arms called?
My arms.
My arms. Yeah.
Oh well, you know what? It is what it is.
It's just that is exactly it. Yeah.
That's what happens when we've taken a break on filming and podcasting as often as we were doing it before. So bear with us as we work out those kinks all over again.
All of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, how do we do this? But that's okay. Yeah. We'll be in good shape. We'll figure it out. Yeah. We'll be fine.
Absolutely.
We will just be fine. Yeah. How are you?
Totally.
I'm
good.
Yeah, that's good.
How about you, Jess?
I'm good. Like this is like, it's nice to meet you. My name is Jessica. I'm your sister.
Right. And you are living where?
In the Isle of Green.
There you go.
Right? Ireland. Yeah. The Emerald Isle. Oh my God. Like I'm like, I'll be honest, I'm like hot and bothered right now. And like not in a nice way because it's so goddamn hot in this room. And I'm like, I'm on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's not cold right now. It's like we had a warm day. It was probably like 15, 16 degrees, which doesn't sound like much, but I'm just a little out of sorts.
Take your socks off.
I don't have socks on. I'm wearing pants. My armpits are dry. Look at impressed, guys. Impressed. I actually just put the shirt on, so it hasn't had a chance to set in yet. But I think part of it is okay. So like the short story is I got a haircut, which is exciting. Yeah. This is really great. But my hair's down. I think that's part of my problem.
That does make everything much hotter.
And I'm like, oh, it's gonna be so cute. It's fine. But
yeah.
Sometimes you can't fix what's not broken, right? Anyways, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Just why would I thought I'd be cute. I know I'm like, because I filmed the last episode really funky and I was like, oh Jessica, oh God, back on up. So this is why we viewed it this way again. And I'm like, I'm like, you need to just like powder yourself up a little bit more for your people who are watching on YouTube. And like I put earrings in, you'd never know. I took them out actually, now they're out. But yeah, did my hair. I put on a face serum because that's as far as I go kind of thing.
You did much more than I did. Sorry, guys. You get what you get over here.
But it's also like, it's my evening, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm not going to put on a whole face just for bedtime, but basically. Anywho, so now
that's fair. That's
what you get. So.
And that's okay. People don't expect us to be well put together for our episodes because they just want to, people want to be, what's the best word to say this? They want to have a podcast that they can relate to with people that they can relate to.
Exactly.
So if they see us being normal, because we don't put on anything for our show, because this is exactly what you get when you hang out with us.
Exactly.
I don't wear makeup very often. I very rarely brush my hair. That's why it stays in a bun forever. Yeah. And just want to be comfortable. So you get what you get.
Yeah. Sorry if you can hear like the chair squeaking. I'm in a new spot, if you couldn't tell from the last episodes. Yeah, I'm in a new.
She's troubleshooting. Different areas of the house.
Troubleshooting. It's like we're doing this on a Monday, and like people are still awake, and like we're just we're rolling.
To do. Yeah.
This is my fourth spot of the evening.
Yeah. We've been trying for hours. Sorry about that, guys.
It's okay. We've been trying for hours. Yeah. So, we started this process like a little while ago. It was like 7. Okay, what time is it? I don't know what time it is. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's now.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours. We've been trying to get this started for 2 hours now.
But then, Mom called, and then,
and then
I had to go lay down. Wi-Fi was bad. And then like Colin, my son, was awake. So I went to lay with him for a little bit. And it was like, okay. And so here we are.
It is what it is.
Oh, we made it. We freaking made it.
That's
so excited. What do you want to talk about today, Brat? Oh, sorry.
Well, that's okay. From where this episode will come out, because we're doing it as as pretty much live as possible because
As live
Halloween
as
is only a
possible.
couple days away. So this is
Mm-hmm.
going to be coming out on October 29th. That's the 29th.
29th,
So
the
this is going to be our
Saturday.
Halloween episode.
Happy Halloween, guys. And to you, Brittany. I'm
Yes,
so
thank you very
excited.
much. Thank
Do
you.
you, do you
I
feel
love
like this
Halloween.
Halloween is like gonna resonate with you differently than your previous Halloweens?
I think
Like,
so.
yeah.
I think so because for past Halloweens, I honestly I don't remember what I have even done the last couple Halloweens, but I wasn't this in tune metaphysically with like
Mm-hmm.
all the fun things that I have. So as much as I love looking forward to like the trick or treaters and being in my own home now where I can um give out candy and all that fun stuff, that's like my favorite part of the evening, whenever that starts. Everyone in the world is so different, whether they start at like 4 p.m. or like 6 p.m. after supper.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so exciting to see all these little kids in costumes
Mm-hmm.
and I always spend the night like watching scary movies and eating snacks and just
Yes.
loving it. So
I
yeah.
totally agree with you. I feel like my like heart and my soul is in like a whole different like metaphysical zone this
Yeah.
year because and yeah, being in a new place, I mean everything's upside down for us right now, but just in the terms of nothing's normal yet.
Totally.
But like even this year, it's like typically what I would do that would like I would do something that would scare me, and I would be watching a movie, but I know I'd turn it off. But I think
Oh.
because this year is like super different, I do have like some ghost hunts planned. So I'm gonna definitely like take as many notes as I can there. And I was thinking I should do like a like live on site. This is
You
Jessica with
should.
Basic Banter for Witches reporting, blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
You should
But
do a
that's gonna
live video and then save it and then we can put it on our page.
for sure I will, because we're gonna do that on the 30th, which I'm super
Mm-hmm.
excited about. But because of where
Yeah.
we are and like it's such an old place, I'm like, let's challenge ourselves a little bit and like maybe
Totally.
let's go explore somewhere new. So there's a in the town that I'm in, it's called Killarney. There's like an abbey that's free to attend at like any point basically, and it is spooky as heck. So
Yeah.
I think we're gonna go there on Halloween maybe, but we'll
And this
see.
is with a past guest that we've had.
Yes.
Isn't it with Anthony?
Potentially. No,
Okay.
he's coming up here, but yeah, actually
Okay.
we've reached out to him to see if he's got anything going on. That's Anthony Kerrigan. He may
Yeah.
be doing some spooky stuff around Killarney, so we're gonna see.
That
My
would be so
my
cool.
brother-in-law is into it as well, so we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. But yeah,
Which
I
is
don't
so
know.
great.
But even that, it's like I think we're just excited to like carve pumpkins. We're gonna do that on Halloween, I think, because
Oh, that's perfect.
like we don't
That's the
have
best way to do it
yeah.
because pumpkins don't last very long. So
No, exactly. And then
yeah.
yeah, do a little bit of trick-or-treating with the little dude and Maria.
Yeah.
See how that goes.
Hey, she might like it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we're just
Where do
gonna
you
like
even go? You're on an acreage. How do you
I
trick or
know
treat?
our neighbor said we have to stop by and she's like literally right next door, which is really nice. And then I think
Oh,
we're gonna
nice.
go into town.
Oh, that's smart.
We'll go and take
That's
our
fun.
nephews or do something and meet them or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know. But like
Fun.
Colin doesn't like we went trick-or-treating last year to like two houses, right? I think it was two houses. Two or
Yeah.
three. I think Ryan had maybe taken him to like a couple more, but I mean, it was like he was too young and it was for us, the candy. So
Yeah.
it was like, okay,
100%. He couldn't eat
bye.
the candy at that point. Whereas now he's just like, ooh.
Now he's into it. And because last year we'd ring the doorbell and be like, trick or treat. And then they'd open the door and he would go into their house. I'm like,
Oh,
that's
right. Yeah. That was not working out so
no.
well.
I'm like, no, we're not gonna do that. No, new place. So yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what it kind of holds because it is gonna be different. We're just like gonna yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Well, you'll have to let me
Mhm.
know what the candy's like there versus here. If they just like hand out Moems or
I
like what type of
severely
treat
doubt
is.
it, but oh, I keep hitting my microphone. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but
That's something I'd be excited to see, just like what's so different.
mhm.
But fun fact, Jess,
Yeah,
um,
let's chat.
Halloween, one of like all the research that I've done, um, Halloween actually started as like an ancient Celtic festival.
Yes, it was.
So it kind of originated not
Yeah,
necessarily in Ireland specifically, but it's a Celtic
yeah,
tradition called
yeah,
Samhain. So
yeah.
I don't know if you've
Samhain.
heard of that
I
before. Samhain, yeah.
have.
Well,
Yeah, I
there you
think
go.
friends, not friends. I consider them friends. They're like other
Yeah,
podcasters that I've listened to for
yeah,
years. Friends of mine. They've
yeah.
done like an episode on it, and
So
I mean,
good.
there's lots there. But tell
It
me,
is. And
what
like
do
that
you
one of the
know?
like part of the festival was lighting bonfires, wearing costumes to um ward off ghosts. So it's neat
Right.
how everything just kind of like originated from that type of culture, and you are living now in
and
that
I'm right
culture,
here.
so.
Exactly. And sorry, how do you say it again? Samhain?
Samhain.
Samhain.
So like so it's like it's spelt. I actually don't even have the right spelling, so I'm just how I'm supposed to say it. Sorry.
Samhain. That's okay.
Samhain. But
let's just do a little bit of time fill because Brittany is looking up the spelling.
Oh, I was? Oh, shit.
Oh, I thought you were.
Nope.
Brittany is looking at the spelling for Samhain. Samhain, it's a Gaelic and Celtic festival that originated in Europe. I'm not too sure how to spell it, but we're gonna give you the spelling right now.
For a second, I'm trying to find it.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Yeah, keep going, Jess.
This song is stuck in my head. Take a look at my girlfriend, girlfriend. She's the only one I got. Not much of a girlfriend, girlfriend. Never seems to get a lot.
Slow down.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys.
So
you don't need that.
I got it. So how you would spell it is Samhain.
Samhain.
But the way that you say it is Shawin.
Shawin.
Samhain.
You said SAH or SHA?
SAH.
Samhain. Cool beans. I like it.
Yeah. Thanks for that interlude. Well, I was like, oh. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I found some pretty cool things. There's only one place in the world that I have been able to find that actually doesn't celebrate Halloween at all. Any guesses?
Doesn't celebrate at all.
Yeah.
Doesn't celebrate at all. I suppose like Middle Eastern?
Russia.
I was thinking Russia, but I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Right?
Fancy.
So, yeah. One of the reasons why Halloween in general, because it's like Halloween and like All Hallows Eve, and like then it's like the saints day the next day.
Yeah.
The reason why the spiritual activity is so high is because it lines up with 111. So November
1st.
1.
Yeah.
So with that being an angel number, that means like angel protection. That means like your loved ones and your guardians want to send you a message. That's when the veil is super thin.
Yeah.
That number code could also represent like the 3 pillars of like this world, the next world, and then the state in between.
That's really neat.
So like the veil.
That's kind of neat. I honestly never put it into like the numerology of it all, like what that would mean.
It makes so much sense.
It does. Oh, well, absolutely does. It's a reset. It's a new beginning.
Yeah.
I like that. So, I super like that.
So that's really cool.
Yeah.
As I looked into it more, I was like, "What? There's so much that we don't know until you start looking into it, which is pretty cool."
Yeah.
So one thing that we had kind of talked about leading into this episode was, like, what are we going to do for Halloween? What is that going to look like for us? And like, are we going to be creating a ritual? Are we going to be using one that we find online, or like what is something that means really good, like means a lot to us? So I found a bunch on this one page that I will connect to our episode later on, because it has like 5 different rituals that you can do. They're super cool.
That's cool.
One that you can kind of like literally you can do whatever feels the best.
Yeah, as anything, go with what feels good.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could read your cards that night. You can, put a picture of your loved one and just like talk with them and just like.
That's really sweet, actually. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like light a candle or burn some sage, or you know what I mean? Like just, or some spiritual cleansing. So you could do like a mindful shower and just doing that. But oh, sorry.
You're fine now. Do a mindful shower. Go on.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, you could just kind of create whatever ritual feels good for that evening. So it's not a full moon. The next full moon will be like the 8th, I think, after that. So in November. So
yeah,
when that falls in, that's pretty powerful. So that's an awesome night to do lots more. But yeah, like with the website that I had found, all these different rituals can be like smudging. They can be using your selenite wand. If you were to have like a selenite crystal, using it as a wand and like creating a like protective circle around you. It's really cool. So we'll have lots of those different rituals that you can look into that are, will be attached to this episode.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to create your own, you definitely can, especially with this coming out just like a day or two before Halloween. That gives you enough time to be like, what do I want to do?
What do I want to do?
This is what feels good.
Exactly. Oh, I love that idea. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about. Like, if I go to the Abbey or whatever, I'll like pull cards or whatever in the Abbey, or if I go to like, there's a nice cemetery. I should say nice. It's an old freaking cemetery. And it is there's like this little chapel. It's like I've done readings in there and stuff, and it's like spooky as all heck. This is how I met my ghost friend Sarah. I know.
Awesome.
It's great. Sarah. Anyways, so I'm like, oh, I'll go pull cards in there. I don't have my pendulum because I tell you I broke my pendulum. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, but how can I like correspond and how can I like relate with spirit while I'm there? Because I don't want to do a Ouija board without like a guide. Do you know what I mean? Without Anthony for that specific one.
It's so hard to want to do that.
It's the closing that I don't want to do. Do you know what I mean? Like it's, or I shouldn't say I don't want to do it. It's just I want to be trusted and make sure that it's freaking done because nobody needs to bring home anything. So that's exciting. Was also on the topic of protection, because you had mentioned with like your selenite wand and like because selenite, we're gonna do like a full like crystal.
It'll be a couple of parters because
exactly.
There's so much to go through.
So much. And I think maybe, well, there's so many anyways, but with selenite, you're right. Like there's just so many uses for it. And I was it like this last couple of weeks, you know how, so when we like have our like, you know, our little protective bubble, everybody kind of has like, they put on their cape or they put on their, you know, their fancy shield or whatever, in terms of your barrier, your bubble, your, you know, so that
you're just your energy, protection.
Exactly. To keep yourself safe and all that. Right. So I decided that my veil, because I'm just like, oh, I gotta put my veil on every time, you know, to save my energy and, you know, save it from like any attacks and whatever. So mine, it's like I finally like realized like what mine is. And I know that sounds really silly because it's like, oh, it doesn't matter what it is. It's like, but it does, because it does
matter.
Mine is, it's like a headband, but it's like it's like a veil. And it's so beautiful. I know.
Oh, that's perfect.
It's like effervescent beautifulness. So I just like put it on and it's like trails behind me and I'm just like,
oh, there you
I know.
Go.
Anyways, so I've like,
I love that.
Now that I visualize, like I've literally been picking it out for like months. Do you know what I mean? That's like probably 6 to 10 months of like, oh, but
you
what do I want?
You know, like
exactly. But I'm like, now that I've like picked it out, it's like, oh, like, am I wearing it? It's like, yeah, I am. And it's, again, it's not a physical item. It's just like, I put it on to protect my center from negative energies impacting my daily life. Cause you know, we were always, it's just, you know, to protect myself. So for those that maybe you're looking for something else, pick out your outfits.
I know. Like, with mine, I have, mine's a golden bubble.
A golden bubble.
So when I'm just like, okay, there's my bubble, and she's like,
yeah. See, I needed something that I could be like, and it's on.
Yeah.
But I wanted something to like, especially, I don't know, I needed something, my shoulders, not shoulders, but like, I know we talked about like how I like experience spirit and it's like always on my shoulders. I need something to like be on them. It's a silly thing.
Like, where's my shawl? Where is
it? I'm like, oh, and it's so big that I can be like, oh.
Exactly.
And then, you know, yeah, it's great.
Hey, and it works. So what color is what color
is
like
an effervescent clear.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's just like, and it's like beautifully rainbowy, sparkly, and
nice.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
I like it.
I love it.
That's so perfect.
Anyways, I thought of you. I was like, oh, I should tell Brittany that I've got my shield.
Got it done.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny because it's just like the one that stuck. Do you know what I mean? I was like, oh, I guess that's the one that I like to think about the most. That like if I were to wear like a veil
every day.
Yeah, exactly. If I were to like have like, you know, have to buy one, I probably would buy something like that. Do you know what I mean? If I like actually wanted to get that. Anyways, yeah. So
cool. I love that.
Anyways, I don't know what we're talking about anymore, but protection.
Well, it went into that's the thing. It went from rituals, and so you don't know what you're doing that evening, right?
Not
other than taking Cullen.
Yeah, we're gonna do like our little, like we're gonna have like treats and stuff here, and I imagine we'll get like a couple trick-or-treaters. Apparently there's like a young family like kind of down the road a little bit, but like really there's like everybody else is here pretty mature, so like
one other thing too, if you're going to be staying home, especially if you're waiting for trick-or-treating, is you can say you're thinking of a past loved one, creating a meal that you would have had together and having that
really
evening,
nice.
just kind of celebrate, still like they're like remembering them.
That's really sweet. So do something in honor of a loved one that's passed on.
And just like just connecting with them.
I really like that idea.
I know.
If you were to make a meal to have with a loved one, what would you make?
Quisas.
I literally was thinking that too.
I know. So quisas apparently is a thing that not a lot of people know about other than our family.
Exactly.
We don't know if our grandma made it up or what.
It's like, is it Ukrainian? Is it Norwegian? Nobody knows. We
don't know because we have no idea where it originated. No one who is Norwegian or Ukrainian has ever heard of what we've done.
Nobody vouches for it.
No. So we just have this like random recipe from our grandma, which we were so obsessed with and like mom made it the other day. Oh my God, it was so good.
I can imagine.
So you basically make these like potato dumplings and then you fry them up with onions and cottage cheese,
dry cottage cheese or like
and then like cover it with like salt and pepper and it's like, it's so good.
So good. It's so basic.
So I would do quisas or I would also do rhubarb cake.
Yes.
Those are my two.
To both of those.
I know. And those are celebrating. Well, they're goodness. We've got so many wonderful things that could celebrate so many wonderful people in our life that have passed. Like we can do lefse, we can do rhubarb cake, we could probably make our own donuts somehow. I don't know how. We could.
Let's be real. It was just like throwing the donut mix in a pot and whatever shape came out is what you get. There was barely any circles.
Totally.
Yeah. You got a circle. It was like, ooh.
Yeah. It was like a fun type of spud nut, but they're just like, oh, so good.
So good. So oily and greasy. It's delicious.
Yeah. And so much, like I definitely have had the worst indigestion.
Yeah. I feel the heartburn. Exactly. Like, oh yeah. Like I love them, but you can.
They hurt my body so much. Even as a young kid, I would eat them until I literally physically couldn't move myself.
Right. And it's like at that point, I mean, like we probably haven't had those donuts in like honestly 10 years at least, probably 15, maybe even more. I don't even know. Last time our grandpa August had ever made them, right? And so, and he's the one that
still on the farm, and he moved from the farm when he was 90. So it would have been at minimum over 10 years ago.
Yeah. He just passed away this year at the ripe age of 98. Right. Yes. He would have been.
He would have been 99 in November.
He would have been 99 in
August.
August. His name is August. He was born in August. Who knew? Right.
Yeah.
So he was a wonderful little cookery man.
And like we'd love to hear if you have like a special memory, especially if it's like a special food memory with someone that you have unfortunately has had to
say
pass
goodbye to
the other realm there. And we'd love to hear like what you would do to celebrate them. Like what is a meal that when you eat it or when you smell it, you're just like, that's them.
One thing that actually, just because we're on the topic, obviously we've lost people and loved ones and that, but like my loved ones, include pets as well. So whenever I have like a yogurt tube.
Oh my God, I know, right?
I think of my cat Oreo, my little Oreo cookie. She would come, especially when you freeze it and it's like a little, like all ice lolly or whatever. I would share it with her. Any type of yogurt, really. She would come. Ice cream,
but if
yogurt,
you were to like crack the tube just a little bit, she'd be like,
where's your ice or where's your yogurt? So
when we knew that Oreo was going to be passing on, I went and got a box of yogurt tubes so she could have it. And like she wasn't eating much at that point, but she ate those yogurt tubes.
Exactly. Yeah. So even that. So like keep that in mind, people. So I mean, obviously there's loved ones. We like to protect ourselves from sorrow.
It doesn't have to be what you assume would be like a human. It can be anything.
Exactly. It's like whoever or whatever you're missing, right?
Yeah. Like if I were to use our grandpa Chids for an example, what comes to mind immediately is ribs from Montana's. And I don't know if you remember this.
No.
But I remember when they both got their teeth done and they got like good dentures, they like took us to Montana's because they could finally eat them.
Yeah.
And that's like the one thing that I always remember for Grandpa.
That's funny.
He was like so pumped to eat them.
Oh my goodness. Grandpa Chiz. I don't know. I'd be like potatoes. Potatoes. Put a
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Cabbage rolls.
Yeah.
Pierogies.
Yeah. And it's funny is I don't see that doesn't connect them to me.
No.
Like obviously Keith does, but like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
everyone's different, right? So that's
Everybody's different, exactly.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourselves, whatever you end up doing. But it is nice to do like an ode to those you've lost on a day where the veil is thin, and like,
right.
to think
And
about
like,
our
of
loved
course, you'd like to
ones,
do that on like their
death
Memorial
day or
Day,
whatever.
like the day. Yeah. But sometimes life is just too heavy for those days. And so why not do it on a different day that you have their picture set up, you have this wonderful meal, and you're just like, just want to tell you I love you. I'm thinking of you. And so I'm going to have this meal with you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and that's what they would do. That's what they would do to celebrate past loved ones. And they would actually create a food altar for their loved ones. And it would be like all different stuff, like nuts and berries and like dried fruits and like all these different things. What is that stuff called? Mead? Do you know what mead is?
Yeah, mead. Yeah.
They would use that type of drink. And so yeah, this has been a tradition for a long time. It's just kind of evolving. And I feel like this is kind of how it will evolve too. So for Halloween, I would like to have keistas. If I get my shit together, maybe rhubarb cake, but hard to say.
You never know. Yeah.
Excuse me, but and just like enjoy like a scary movie, enjoy the company. Mom and dad get 0 trick-or-treaters at their house, so they're coming to my house. Thank God, because I've got 2 crazy dogs that do not like when the doorbell rings. So
yeah.
So it'll be nice.
It'd be great.
They'll be at my house.
Just turn off the doorbell. I don't know if that's a thing, but
I don't know how to do that.
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
And I want to know when the kids are coming. So.
Oh, that's fair. I guess if you are handing out candy, then yes, it's important.
So I gotta
that's good.
I gotta know. But
yeah. Oh,
but yeah.
So good. Honestly, that sounds amazing. I know my sister-in-law and I were chatting, and she's gonna come over with her husband and their little one. Awesome. And
good.
And I think we're gonna do like charcuterie and whatever. So I think that'll be nice, just to like share a meal with loved ones too. So I mean, again, like we all got young kids, and like kids need to be in bed at like a decent hour, right? Especially these little.
What are you gonna dress them up as?
So my father-in-law picked up a costume for Maria, and it's like this little witch. And I was like, perfect. Oh my God. Done.
How did he know?
Exactly. I'm like, how did you know?
Like, Carrie. Oh,
Carrie. Spot on. Exactly. I was like, what? And then for Colin, so we have a hand-me-down fireman jacket. Like, that might be nice. I'm like, he's he's so into cars. He's so into cars. It's great. I don't know. I guess he's got a little party at school on Friday too. So we'll see. I'm like, I think we'll send him to school and that's how he does. But like my kid doesn't like to do a lot of things when he's been told to do things. So we'll see. Maybe
he's a rebel, that one.
He's a rebel one.
He is a rebel.
Yeah. He might
I know. I want to dress up the dogs, but I don't know what to do. I think I might dress up Grizzly as a grandma, and then Honey as the wolf.
Yeah, exactly. The wolf. I honestly would even
Red Riding.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, which one's red?
Okay.
Yeah. Why are you working so hard today, guys?
Honestly, it's hard to say.
I think
you've had a long day.
I've had like a long day. Well, that's okay. Yeah. It's like, totally. I think everybody in our house is like sick again. Do you know what I mean? So it's like,
oh, that sucks.
Yeah. I know, I'm like constantly ill.
Sucks. Well, sucks. And I'm sure it's the same over there as well, but like, we are getting hit with this pretty intense, like viral flu congestion thing that like feels like COVID, but it's not COVID. Yeah. You're like, okay.
Is that like RSV, I think, is going around as well.
Yeah. Because everyone that I've known has the same symptoms that I've had, and the cough holds on the longest. So it still sounds like you're sick weeks later, but you have your energy back, the color's back in your face.
You just sound gross.
You can swallow, you can taste your food again. So
no. Yeah. Colin is like in the cough mode. I'm gonna sneeze again right away if you can see my face.
Go for it.
But yeah, in coughing mode. So he's like, and I'm like, can you cover your mouth? And he goes, that's a pretend cough, but at least he's covering his mouth,
Yeah.
I'm happy
coughing probably feels good to get that out too. So I'm probably just trying to figure out like, how does this work?
Yeah.
Better than him being like,
but he does that anyways. Do you know what I mean? We were at Costa. I went to Costa Coffee. Yum, yum, yum. It was so good. Yes, it was so good.
It's so good there.
Took a photo. It was great. And then like they have like this guard over top of like the little snack sort of, right? And I'm like, to call him like, do you want that muffin? Do you want it? And he's like all over. I'm like, and that is why this is here. That is why.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
just laugh. I'm like, yep. Mm-hmm. I mean,
we'll take one of everything, please.
Exactly. Oh, well, I guess we're buying the whole store's food. It was fine, but yeah.
Perfect.
It was so funny.
God,
yeah.
that's so funny. Oh, Costa, you finally got some coffee.
Finally got to go. It was so good. I had a latte.
Their coffee
was great.
So good.
It was so good. Yeah.
And like they don't have a Starbucks close, which is sad, but their Costa coffee is such an awesome replacement. So,
yeah. Well, we're heading up to Dublin tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get my hands on something caffeinated for the trip at least, because I don't think we won't be stopping at a Starbucks. We're gonna drive. Yeah. Oh, so just makes more sense. We have mom and dad's luggage and the children.
Oh yeah, that's totally fair.
The children, and then that kind of stuff. So yeah, it'll be a tight squeeze, I tell you, because I'm thinking like, okay, 2 large suitcases. The stroller needs to come, Jimmy. And then our little luggage, and like, okay, well, we'll figure it out. It'll be fine.
You guys are staying overnight too, or no?
Yeah, we are 2 nights.
Yeah, that's good.
So, and then we're hitting IKEA on the way home because there's an IKEA in Dublin.
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
Really?
Yes, I know. I was shocked.
Crazy.
So you best
believe. It makes sense. Like I know, like logically, yes, that makes a lot of sense.
But no Costco. Not a one. There's some in the UK, but there's none in Ireland. Sorry, I live in the Republic of Ireland. I should clarify. Not in Northern Ireland. They are 2 different.
But there is a Costco in general in Ireland?
Not in the Republic of Ireland. I'm not too sure about Northern Ireland. So like the island of Ireland, I don't believe. But in England, I believe there's some. But
crazy.
I know.
And IKEA will feel so cool to go to. What are you gonna get? What are you gonna get?
What do I usually get at Costco? Or not Costco, at IKEA? Some pillow shams. Yeah. Pillows and their shams. Well, actually, I don't have a pillow behind me, but I've been slowly like going room by room here, just like, oh, we should update this. Oh, we should do this. Oh, we should do that.
Totally.
And like the couches are like super comfortable. I don't know if you can hear me kind of squeaking about them, but like the pillows are probably the original pillows from a long time ago.
Yeah, they could use some love. They could use it up.
Exactly. I'm just gonna buff it up a little bit. So I mean, they're square pillows. I have a cart.
Good.
I'm like, I'm just gonna. This is my.
That'll feel like home too, where you're like, it's like going to IKEA in Edmonton.
Exactly.
I love it.
So I'm excited. Yeah, and then Ryan wants to get some like pots and pans and stuff, and it's just gonna be. It'll be good. So we're gonna do that on Thursday. So once mom and dad trek off to the airport to go home, because the reason that we're going to Dublin is because my parents are ending their Euro trip in Dublin, so we can see them before they go. And we saw them at the beginning, and now we're kind of finishing it off. And then so that'll be really nice to spend some time with them, and we're gonna go to the zoo and
fun.
So that'll be good. I have no idea what the weather's gonna be like.
Wild adventure.
It'll be fun.
Hey, it's better than here. It's snowing here now, so
I know.
We didn't even make it to November,
and I was wearing shorts. I was wearing shorts today, yesterday and today, but like t-shirt weather. It's great.
Yeah,
but
and technically it's still t-shirt weather here. It's only like +5, so it sucks, but it's like, meh.
Yeah, it's still double digits. This is the first for me, right? But like I have the window open, but there's a fire going. Make that make sense?
It doesn't, but that's okay. So shall we go into some cards for this week?
Let's do it up.
Yes. So before Jessica introduces her brand new deck, I'll go through with my first.
Sounds good.
So I'm going to go from the Earth Alchemy Oracle deck. My fun, cute one. I figured since we're doing like a Halloween episode that it felt like an earthy one was just more appropriate.
I like that.
I do too. So we will see what the collective needs here.
Yeah, I love that. What did you call it again? Earth Alchemy?
The Earth Alchemy Oracle.
I'm like, you just told me. I'm like,
I was like, all right. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Okay. So it's blue kyanite and honeysuckle. So it's the
that's really beautiful.
Truth. Yeah. So that one says, freedom, warrior of light. Stop holding yourself back.
Yeah, it's a very much of a release card.
Yeah, I like that.
It's just like
very going freeing. To quickly dive into that one just a little bit more. I like that word, honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle reminds me of like
satisfying to say.
honeycomb, which is delicious.
Honeycomb.
I know. Like clearly, I don't know where my brain's at. Maybe it's because
Can you get honeycomb over there? Is that something that is like a?
You can. Where the hell was I? I saw it and I was like, that looks cool, and I didn't buy it, but I can't remember where it was. Where was I? It's gonna hit me in like the middle of this episode. I'll be like, oh yeah, that's where I got. I don't know.
That's okay.
Somewhere cool. Somewhere cool. That's all I can tell you.
Sweet. So are you ready to embrace your truth? Not anyone else's truth, just yours. Step out of the bubble of worrying about what others are doing and offering in their service, but just because it doesn't impact what you do.
Okay.
So you need to focus on the connection between your heart and throat chakra, allowing you to speak gently and with confidence from your heart. Oh, I love this. I'm just gonna see what else we got here.
I really like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I've pulled cards recently for a few other people, and I feel like that seems to be like a reoccurring theme is like continuing to speak your truth and not living your life, but speaking and acting your truth based on what you want and not what others expect of you. Right? Because I think everybody kind of acts a certain way because it's how others, how others react to what we do. So it is less about what other people think and what we think, because we have to live for ourselves more. I think it's like the bottom line.
And a lot of this is too, just like, especially with like warrior of light, stop holding yourself back, because a lot of it's healing your inner child and unlocking that healing through your throat and heart chakra. But the healing isn't the same. It's not going to look the same for everybody.
No.
And so it's done in layers, as you and I fully know that, you are only going to heal one layer at a time. And you're not just going to get to this layer.
Yeah.
You have to work through it one step at a time.
Exactly.
And if you don't heal it, you're not going anywhere. You're just going to be stuck there.
Yeah. You have to go through it to get past it. Yeah. Otherwise you can't.
Someone the other day actually had told me this. Oh my gosh. She said it so well. And it was, you have to feel to heal.
Feel to heal. Interesting.
Yeah. And I loved it. I was like, well, yeah.
Duh.
It makes but like it takes until you like hear that. So
exactly. Yeah. Of course it's easy for us to say because we've, been able to heal and feel and whatever.
But we've also done the work, and our work is never over.
Our work is never over.
We have done the feeling.
Yeah.
We have done the healing for layers, and there are lots of layers, but at the same breath too, those layers are going to be healed with divine guidance and divine timing. So whether or not you're just like, well, I'm going to heal by tomorrow, I'm going to be completely fine. It's like, no, it might take you a couple of years actually.
It might take a couple of years, exactly. And it might take, a week, or it might take some time, right? But you really have to go through it. You're right. Very interesting. I like it.
Yeah. So tell me, what is your next? I want to see your deck.
I want to see your dick.
I want to see it.
Show me your dick. Is this upside down? Yeah, it's upside down. Okay, it's Oracle of the Roses. Okay, so first off, I was like, oh, look at how nice. I'm like, that's really nice. I don't have any like flowery decks. And like immediately open it and I'm like, do you see?
Of course. Yep.
It's beautiful. And like the cards are, oh my God. And like they're all different types of roses. I had no freaking idea that there was so many different types of roses, but
I honestly wouldn't have known. I'd
be like yellow rose, pink rose, black. Ooh, sorry, I just hit my thing. Just gonna quickly do a quick little shuffie.
Yep.
Oh, so I'm gonna pull this for my people, my listeners. What do you need? Actually, I learned again in my like reading practice, and this I'll pull my card right away, I promise. But if we are just offering a general reading, we're gonna get a general answer. So which is great. I mean, if you wanted just a general answer, but then you may not, if you have the underlying question, you're not going to actually get it until you get direct, right? So I always say, what do you guys need to hear this week? And maybe that's direct enough. I think that might be direct enough.
That's what I've been saying is just like, what does the collective need to hear?
What does
instead of just saying like, what message do you have to tell me right now? Because it'll be directed to me.
Exactly. Yeah. So what does the collective need to hear this week on Saturday, October 29th?
Oh, right.
No, I know, but when this is released, it's Monday. Yeah, I know. Believe me, I've lived the Monday. I get it. But it's been a Monday. Oh, yeah. Okay, my people. Just gonna pull one. Ooh, the Mystic. Kind of pretty.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The Mystic. Okay, hold on. I've got to read this here. Oh my God, this is such a squeaky chair. I hope you aren't like feeling it or hearing it. My God, Jessica. I hope you're not feeling it. Okay. The Oracle meaning, because this is an Oracle deck. Bear with me because it's new to me. You may find it's time to devote yourself a little deeper to what you are currently working on or with, be it industrious of nature or spiritual. Something may need a bit more of your attention, and you may need to find something returning to you. You may even find something returning to you that you thought once was lost. The mystic will usually give up all earthly possessions and pleasures to devote themselves entirely to the divine or to the cause. This is a rather austere way of life, and they find themselves incredibly isolated. This is why a path trod Wow, I'm sorry, guys. This is why it is a path trod warily or personalized somewhat by many to include family, friends, and passions. So there's a question that comes along with, what do you feel you are devoted to? And is it in line with your values and the betterment of your life? That's really interesting, actually. What do you feel you're devoted to, and is it in line with your values and the betterment of your life? Because we do find that like you can be devoted to something, but does it better your life at all to be devoted
Is it
to
even
it?
right for you? Yeah.
The
That
first
could be
thing,
people for work, for jobs.
work. That's literally why I was like, this is a work card, I think.
Yeah.
Because it is like, and I've lived that experience where you work so hard for someone, and like, and you throw your passion into it to better them, but it doesn't line up with you anymore, and that's fine. That's life. That's growth, right?
And that could also mean a relationship too. That could be a friendship or a relationship that you're like, I'm devoted to that person.
Yeah.
But am I my true self with them? Am I growing with them, or am I staying stagnant, or am I working backwards?
Exactly. Yeah. So maybe it's a time to ask yourself, like, yeah, is what you're doing in your life in line with what you want for yourself, your values, and your life path that you want for yourself, right?
Totally.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it definitely
I
got
like
work
it.
on that. Do we want to pull an animal card? Are we good for time? I mean, it's like been a long episode. I don't know.
All right.
We can do it. We can do whatever
Let's do an animal card. Let's do an animal card.
Also, I ordered the Dr. Stephen Farmer's full book on animal spirit guides.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The big one? I just have the pocket guide.
I know. I was like, do I want the pocket? Because I can get the pocket. It's like, no, I want the big one. Because why would I get one of the same that you already have?
So. They're both different too, because like our friend Bev, she has both, and they're both different.
They're both different. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I'm it's excited.
Worth it. Some variety. Okay, my people. What animal are we? I wonder. I wonder. What
Let's take a guess. Let's take a guess as you. I say. I just think like cow or buffalo. That's what I have. What I popped up in my head. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I asked my guides. Like I was already thinking of one, but it was like because I was thinking of like the Halloween themed.
That's fine. What was it?
It was bat.
Spider?
No, I was thinking bat, but crocodile. Something with like the throat chakra comes up.
Okay.
For me.
Let's see what you pick.
So let's just see. Let's just see. Sorry, guys. I know. That's how you a
lot of singing this episode.
Yeah. Oh, an oyster.
Oh, we're all very wrong.
Yeah. What?
What do you mean? Yes, we're always wrong. It's okay though.
Oh, but I mean, patient secret. Oh my God, guys. Patient secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is, oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've most my lord. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. When in balance, you're feeling blessed, generous, and masterful. When you're out of balance, you're reluctant, gripping, clams up. And to bring it to balance, share something.
That's exactly what you just said, Jess. You actually got it right. The throat chakra.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you holding back?
What are you holding back? Secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. Share it. Share your treasures, my friend.
I love it. I love it.
Lovely.
Perfect.
Cool. Well, that was fun.
I love it. Yeah,
I love that little tidbit. It was kind of like a fluff episode, but I love it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was great. We learned a little bit.
Halloween. We want to hear. We want to hear some details. We want to hear if you're planning a ritual. We want to know if you're planning a meal to celebrate a past loved one. We want to know.
We want to know. What else do we want to know?
Yeah.
If you're dressing up,
if you're dressing up, if you have kids or animals, are you dressing them up?
Exactly.
We want to know.
So. Or if you already have like some like things that you do every Halloween. Do you know what I mean? If it's like, this is what we do every Halloween, and that's fantastic. I wish.
Yeah.
This
what is your ritual?
What is your ritual? What is your plan? I love it.
I love it.
I love you.
Where can they find us? I love you too. Where can they find us?
They can find us on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube at Basic Banter for Witches. You can also email us at basicbanterforwitches@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
I love it.
We both run the account. So if you think that you're talking to one person, you're probably talking to both of us.
Exactly. Or if you're talking to Brittany, I've definitely seen the messages. So don't badmouth me. Just kidding. Of course not. You wouldn't do that. No, you wouldn't do that. Anyways.
No. Don't worry. There's other channels for that. No, just kidding.
Oh, yeah. Brittany's got a secret one. She's got a burner for that one.
That's right. Yeah. Burner Instagram account. Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
it's
thanks, good to
guys.
see everybody. And we will talk to you soon. Have a great Halloween.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.